Well, Gary, difficult conditions tonight, but unfortunately a 2-0 loss at home. What's your feeling and your thoughts on today's game?
Yeah, difficult conditions. Pitch probably wasn't playable, but you know, both teams got a play on it. Both teams made the best of what they could of it. Disappointed with the 2 goals. Thought they scored when they had their better spells. Unfortunately, when we had our better spells, we didn't. We weren't ruthless. But we're pleased with the energy and the effort. You know, with games so close together, we're pleased with the energy and the effort of the boys tonight. And I thought we were good in spells, really good with the ball. And if we take that into Saturday, I think we'll be absolutely fine.
Certainly in the first half, I mean the first 10 minutes they were quite dominant. They took a 1-0 lead, and we were incredibly positive, and we had a number of chances. As you say, clearly we weren't ruthless enough, but you must have been pleased certainly with the first half performance, to the fact that we kept going and we did create chances. Yeah,
other than that 10-minute spell, they did come out of the traps. As I say, we're disappointed with the goal. We feel that we should be more aggressive with the defending and clearing the box. But the reaction was very, very pleasing, because I think from that point on, we dominated the first half. They wanted to slow the game down, which was testament to our boys to show how much they were dominating the ball. But ultimately, we just didn't do enough with it.
The second half, I mean, again, they started very brightly. It took us a while. It looked like it took us a while to get going. I'm probably being a little bit harsh, but again, you know, we kept going, and certainly towards the back end of the second half, we did create a few chances as well. So even though again we conceded in the second half, some you know, encouraging signs, because again. We spoke the other day, a lot of injuries and still some youngsters out there. So again, you must have been, even though it's a disappointing result, you must have been pleased with the way, you know, these youngsters are coming in, and also the way the guys are responding from when they go behind.
Yeah, obviously second half game got stretched. We couldn't quite replicate what we did in the first half. The game became end to end, become very stretched, and when that happens, it becomes about who's better on the transition. We don't think we managed the transitions well enough in the first 15 minutes of the second half, and unfortunately the goal comes in that period. And once we're 2-0 down and we're chasing the game, you know, this is an experienced team that's been around the top end of the league. They know how to see these kind of leads out.
We now move on to Saturday. Beckenham at home. Beckenham are currently top of the league. Yep. I believe someone told me tonight they just lost their manager, but irrelevant of that, it's going to be a tough game, I'm sure. We spoke in the last home game about the injuries, but I believe we've got some players coming back now for this Saturday.
Yeah, I mean we'll approach Beckenham the same way we approach any game in this league, and there is no easy games in this league, and the games that we've had up to now, you know, have all been tight games, including tonight. So we'll approach it in the same way. We'll approach it with confidence. It's a game we believe we can win. We believe we should be up around that top end of the table. So we'll approach it with a positive mindset, with the intention of going to win the game. Their managerial situation is theirs. You know, sometimes there can be a bounce from that. So we don't really look at that too much. We'll have to look at ourselves and how we approach the game and do what we do well.
Are you expecting some of the injured players to come back on Saturday?
Yeah. We had a couple back tonight. Obviously the conditions weren't in our favour to get some of them players on the pitch. We've got a couple more back for Saturday, so gradually we're starting to get players back. So yeah, we should be a little bit strengthened with a bit more depth coming Saturday. So yeah, we'll be looking forward to it.
Okay, well, as you said, really difficult conditions tonight, and you know, sorry that we lost, but fingers crossed we can turn the tide and we'll get a win on Saturday.
Yeah, we'll take the positives and we'll move forward and we'll go again Saturday.
Lovely, thanks for your time, Gary.
Nice one.